Chosen one, you did not stumble upon this message. Heaven scheduled this moment. You were drawn here by divine appointment, aligned perfectly with the current of supernatural timing. The Spirit of the living God has been preparing you for this revelation, and as you hear these words, something ancient within you is awakening. You are standing at the threshold of a supernatural transfer, a financial outpouring that carries your name, your lineage, your legacy, Anointed One. This is not coincidence, this is confirmation. The same God who multiplied the widow's oil in 2 Kings 4, who fed thousands with a few loaves and fishes, is about to multiply what is in your hands. You have endured the pruning, the waiting, the silence, and now, heaven declares, the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. This is your appointed time. The winds of favor are shifting in your direction. You are not being overlooked. You are being revealed. Every seed, every tear, every silent act of obedience has reached divine maturity. Prepare your heart. Chosen one. The code of divine preservation that shocks the world is the same frequency that now releases abundance into your life. Chosen one. What they see when they look at you is not vanity. It is victory. It is the visible evidence of invisible warfare. 1. Every line that never formed on your face, every ounce of radiance that refuses to fade, that is proof of covenant. You have survived systems designed to drain, and instead of depletion, you emerged in divine preservation. They think it is luck genetics, maybe even mystery cream. But heaven knows the truth. Your glow was written in obedience. Every time you chose peace over proving yourself, every time you forgave when revenge would have been easier, every time you withdrew into sacred solitude, instead of chasing validation, you were preserving oil. You didn't just avoid chaos, you starved it. You refused to let bitterness age your spirit, and the reward was renewal. I know what that kind of refinement costs. There were seasons you felt forgotten, watching others get praised while you sat in hidden preparation. You asked, why does God keep me apart? But, Anointed One, isolation was incubation. You weren't buried. You were being rooted. Heaven quarantined you not as punishment, but as protection. Every door that closed preserved your strength for the one that would open and never shut. The world taught them that aging is inevitable decline, but you have learned what few dare to accept. Time bows to alignment. You cracked the code because you stopped worshipping the clock. You realized that divine timing isn't about speed, it is about sequence. You surrendered to the pace of purpose, and that surrender birthed radiance. When others ran themselves ragged, chasing moments not meant for them, you walked with grace through divine delays, and heaven rewarded you with youth, with clarity, with strength that doesn't make sense. I have seen this kind of miracle before. It happens when heaven interrupts human logic, when God decides your life will be a message, not just a memory. He rewrites the equation. Pain becomes power, pressure becomes polish. That is what they see when they stare too long. Chosen one, they are trying to calculate eternity with a mortal ruler. They cannot comprehend how someone who has been through what you have been through looks lighter, younger, freer, but that is because you no longer live under their gravity. Your preservation is prophetic. It is not about vanity, it is about validation. It is God proving a point through your life, whispering through your very presence. See, my spirit still renews what time tries to decay. You have become a walking contradiction to natural law, a living message that the supernatural still governs those who walk in alignment. And yes, I know the hidden battles behind that glow, the nights of questioning your worth, the mornings where faith felt heavy, the moments you wanted to explain yourself to those who mocked your peace. But you didn't. You held your silence. That silence became strength, and that strength became shine. You learned that your true beauty was never surface. It was spirit. And as your spirit healed, your body followed. You discovered that spiritual cleanliness, not cosmetics, is the highest skincare. While they tried to mask their wounds, you performed surgery on your soul. You faced the mirror not to admire yourself, but to confront the residue of pain and release it. Every act of forgiveness sent a signal to your DNA that said, "We are safe now." Every prayer whispered through tears instructed your cells to rebuild. Anointed One. Your peace has become your preservation. The world calls it mystery, but heaven calls it maturity. You are not aging. You are ascending. You are not fading. You are being refined. Your glow is evidence that alignment is anointing. You are living proof that when a soul surrenders completely, time itself must bow. Chosen One. Heaven has been keeping you in divine quarantine for a reason far greater than appearance. You were not just being healed, you were being configured. Every quiet season, every night you thought was wasted, was actually recalibration. God was rewriting your internal software so that your body, mind, and spirit could harmonize with a higher rhythm, the rhythm of eternal life. That is why you no longer react the way you used to. You don't panic when storms hit, you stabilize them. You don't rush anymore, you resonate. You have stepped out of survival mode and into supernatural synchronization. While the world teaches people to race against time, you learn to walk with it. You understood that divine timing is not a delay, it is protection. What looked like waiting was really preparation for acceleration. That is why when the shift finally arrived, it didn't creep. It flooded. The blessings you see now aren't random. They are the harvest of stillness. Your peace became your magnet. Your obedience became your invitation. And now everything that matches your vibration is running to meet you. Anointed One, I want you to understand something deep. Preservation and provision walk together. When heaven protects your energy, it is because it plans to fund your purpose. The same discipline that kept you youthful is the same obedience that now positions you for supernatural supply. Every moment you turned down distractions, you were saying yes to divine deposits. Every time you refused to compete, you created space for heaven to compensate. You have been proving that stewardship is the language of divine wealth. You see, when you stopped chasing what others were fighting for, you made room for what only God could give. That is why people are starting to notice something different. They may not have language for it, but they feel it. Your presence speaks prosperity before your bank account even catches up. Your energy tells the story of overflow before numbers change. Heaven funds peace first, and then it releases provision to match it. I have watched chosen ones like you undergo this transformation. It always begins invisibly in the hidden prayers, the fasting from foolishness, the nights of surrender when nothing makes sense. But then one day it becomes visible. The glow changes, the tone of your voice carries authority. Opportunities start finding you not because you are chasing, but because you are chosen. You become magnetic not by trying, but by aligning. The anointing starts to translate into attraction, and favor begins to follow you in every environment. Anointed One, this next phase of your journey is not about maintaining your youth. It is about multiplying your light. You are not here to prove that you look good for your age. You are here to demonstrate that obedience carries its own atmosphere. Everywhere you go, people will feel peace before you speak. Environments will bend toward harmony when you enter. You have become a carrier of divine frequency, a walking sanctuary of stability in a world addicted to noise. This is what happens when a human life syncs completely with heaven's rhythm. The body obeys the spirit. The mind follows peace. The atmosphere adjusts to your faith. You are no longer aging according to time's demands. You are unfolding according to eternity's design. You have stepped into the season where heaven doesn't just preserve you, it promotes you. And those who stare in disbelief will one day realize they were witnessing prophecy in human form. Chosen one. What you are experiencing now is not coincidence. It is convergence. Everything that once felt scattered, delayed, or forgotten is aligning into divine order. The same God who preserved your youth is now positioning your life for purpose. You are stepping into the stage of supernatural transfer, where everything you lost, sowed, and survived is about to return in multiplied form. This is what divine recompense looks like. You are not just being rewarded, you are being restored. For years heaven watched as you poured out without recognition, loved without reciprocity, and served without applause. You didn't know it then, but every act of obedience was being recorded. Every hidden seed was documented in eternity's ledger, and now the balance is due in your favor. The world calls it luck, but this is not luck. This is divine justice. You are about to receive deposits of favor that were held back until your heart could handle the weight of glory without pride. God wasn't denying you. He was refining you, anointed one. This is why the wilderness had to come first. The silence, the pruning, the isolation. It wasn't punishment. It was preparation. You were being stripped of everything that could not survive in the next dimension. Heaven doesn't pour oil into cracked vessels. It mends them first. That is what those years of breaking were for, to strengthen the container so you could hold what is being released now. The delay wasn't delay at all. It was divine construction. I know you questioned the process. You wondered why others seemed to advance while you waited. But look around. Now many who rushed are exhausted, while you are just beginning. You were never behind. You were being timed. And now that timing has turned in your favor, doors are not just opening. They are recognizing you. Opportunities are not random. They are responding to your frequency. You don't chase them anymore because your presence has become a signal. Chosen one, this next era of your life will reveal what divine funding truly means. It is not just money, it is momentum. It is God covering your path with provisions, surrounding you with help before you even ask. Ideas will flow faster. People of purpose will appear without invitation. Support will come from unexpected places. You will begin to feel carried, not by effort, but by grace. This is what happens when heaven endorses your assignment. The struggle ends, but the work begins, sacred work, effortless work, work that produces legacy. And understand this: heaven's provision is precise. It doesn't come too early because premature blessing can still break an unprepared soul. But now you are ready. You have proven through endurance that your integrity is stronger than temptation. You can be trusted with overflow. What is coming will not drain you. It will expand you. You are stepping into divine scalability. Everything about your life is about to multiply without chaos. Anointed one, this transfer will not just elevate your comfort, it will extend your calling. You will fund what God is birthing through you. The purpose of abundance is assignment. You will create spaces where others can heal, learn, and awaken, because you remember what it felt like to walk alone. You are not just the recipient of the blessing, you are its distribution center. Heaven is transferring resources, wisdom, and influence through you to others. This is your recompense season, your divine unveiling. What you carry now isn't youth. It is eternal evidence. You are the living intersection where faith meets fulfillment, where prophecy becomes tangible. You are the proof that God still funds what He favors, and soon the very ones who once doubted you will realize it wasn't preservation for vanity, it was preparation for victory, chosen one. The winds are shifting again, but this time they are not bringing storms. They are bringing strategy. You have entered the stage where favor is no longer random, it is targeted. Heaven has activated a system of divine orchestration around you. Every person you meet, every conversation, every sudden opportunity is part of a spiritual infrastructure built to sustain your next level. You are no longer wandering. You are being guided with precision. You have become the intersection where prophecy meets performance. You can feel it, cannot you? The atmosphere has changed. The same silence that once felt heavy now feels full of expectancy, full of instruction, full of holy alignment. You are beginning to sense that nothing about your life is ordinary anymore. What used to frustrate you is now revealing its purpose. The delays that once made you cry are now unfolding as divine coordination. You weren't waiting for things to happen. Things were waiting for you to be ready. Anointed one. This is where wisdom becomes wealth. Heaven is transferring not just material blessing, but divine intelligence. You are going to start receiving insight that others pay fortunes to discover. Revelation will become your capital. God is giving you strategies in dreams, blueprints in meditation, confirmations in quiet moments. Your discernment will sharpen until you can feel truth vibrating before it is spoken. This is spiritual mastery, and it is being unlocked in you right now. You have graduated from needing validation to carrying revelation. This is why some relationships had to fade. They couldn't comprehend your new frequency. When you stopped explaining yourself and started embodying peace, you stepped into authority. Some will say you have changed, but the truth is you have evolved. You have been recoded for purpose. Every cell in your body, every thought in your mind, every intention in your heart is now aligning with the assignment heaven placed over your name before you were born. Chosen one. The next move is not to chase, it is to command. When heaven funds a life, it also teaches stewardship. You are being trusted to manage abundance with purity. What you speak now carries weight. Your declarations are decrees. When you say it is done, creation listens. You are operating from the realm where manifestation is not effort. It is echo. You speak, and heaven amplifies. You move and reality adjusts. You ask and it is already sent. But remember this sacred truth. This favor is not for comfort. It is for calling. You are the answer to someone's prayer. The abundance coming is not just for your table. It is to build tables for others. The same divine current that lifted you is now flowing through you. You have become a channel, a divine distributor of peace, provision, and possibility, and the more you release, the more you are replenished. That is the law of supernatural flow. Giving doesn't empty you, it multiplies you. Anointed one, heaven is moving you from preservation to propulsion. You are not just sustained, you are being sent. Every lesson you learned in silence will now echo through others. Every scar you once hid will shine as strategy. The same glow that once confused people will now attract divine partnerships, spiritual investors, kingdom allies. This is your expansion season, not born from striving but from surrender. So walk with holy confidence. You are heaven's evidence carrying eternal youth and eternal purpose in one vessel. The glory resting on you is not fading, it is evolving. What they call your look is actually your light, and it is about to draw the next wave of chosen ones home. Chosen one. This next phase of your awakening is not about survival. It is about dominion. Heaven is no longer simply protecting you, it is positioning you. You have passed the tests that proved your character could hold the weight of the calling. The pressure that once threatened to crush you has now refined you into a vessel fit for divine command. This is where preservation becomes power. The same anointing that kept you alive through storms is now the force that allows you to speak peace into them. Anointed One, you are entering a dimension where your presence carries authority. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere adjusts. People will not always understand it, but they will feel it. The shift, the weight, the calm. It is because you are no longer operating under human timing. You are moving according to divine orchestration. Every step you take is synchronized with eternity. That is why what took others years will take you months. You have learned to partner with the flow of heaven instead of fighting against it. There is a glow on you that wasn't there before, not the glow of vanity but of victory. You have walked through fires that should have burned you yet. You came out radiant. You faced betrayal, scarcity, rejection and delay, and instead of bitterness you built discernment. The evidence is written all over your face, your voice, your peace. You are a living broadcast of divine endurance. You have proven that faith doesn't just move mountains, it rebuilds them. Chosen One, this is the moment where manifestation becomes magnetic. You are not chasing blessings anymore. You are commanding alignment. Everything that belongs to you is recognizing your frequency. Heaven has updated your spiritual signature, and now every promise that had your name on it is being redirected to your location. It is not coincidence when doors open, when favor finds you, when divine connections appear out of nowhere. These are responses to your recalibration. You have become resonance made flesh, but don't forget every promotion demands purity. God didn't just give you this influence to impress people, He gave it to impact them. The abundance you are about to walk into is an assignment, not a trophy. The increase that is coming will feed nations, heal generations, and awaken those who lost faith in miracles. You are not blessed to boast. You are blessed to build. The same supernatural preservation that stunned the world is now evolving into supernatural provision. Anointed One, your hands are about to hold what your heart has already seen. The dream that survived your wilderness is now entering the realm of reality. Divine ideas are becoming income. Holy visions are becoming infrastructure. Resources are no longer trickling, they are flowing, and every bit of it will serve the mission you were born to fulfill. Heaven is investing in you because you have proven you will reinvest in others, so stand tall. You are not waiting on confirmation anymore. You are the confirmation. You are the evidence that obedience still pays, that purity still attracts, that waiting still wins. Your story is not just inspiration, it is instruction. It tells the world that surrender is strategy, and holiness is still a highway to abundance. Chosen One, this is your unveiling. You are not aging. You are ascending. You are not surviving. You are reigning. Heaven is financing your destiny, and the world is about to see why. Chosen One, you have entered the season of divine recognition, the moment when what was hidden in you becomes impossible to ignore. For so long, heaven kept you in the background, developing your depth in secret, pruning your motives, shaping your heart. But now the covering is lifting. This is the season when light meets legacy. You are not being exposed, you are being revealed. Every hidden seed of faith, every quiet act of obedience, every tear you buried in the soil of patience is breaking through the surface. Anointed One, you are stepping into divine visibility, not for fame but for function. You are being positioned where your presence can heal atmospheres and your words can awaken hearts. This is why heaven guarded your process so fiercely. The mantle you carry could not be rushed. You were never overlooked. You were being matured. God wasn't late. He was layering you with oil. And now that oil, the kind forged through heartbreak and endurance, is about to flow through everything you touch. This is the chapter where your life starts speaking for itself. You will not have to convince anyone of your calling. The fruit will testify. The grace on your life will announce itself without marketing or manipulation. People will sense the purity of your spirit before you ever speak. They will be drawn not to your personality, but to your peace. That peace is your passport. It grants you entry into rooms that education, connections, and effort could never unlock. Heaven has authorized your access, and the world is now catching up. Chosen one, divine recognition is not just about being seen, it is about being sent. You are heaven's delivery system, a courier of supernatural solutions. This is why you were trained through isolation, why you had to endure seasons of misunderstanding. You were being shaped to carry what others would mishandle. And now you will step into spaces others dream of, not because of privilege, but because of preparation. The room will shift when you speak because your words carry weight. Forged in waiting. Be mindful now. The spotlight is not for ego, it is for evidence. The glow they see is not yours. It is borrowed from glory. Your assignment is to reflect, not to hoard. As divine resources and opportunities begin to pour in, stay anchored in humility. God is expanding your influence because your heart can handle it. The moment you start to think, it is your own strength. The flow slows. But as long as you remember the source, the supply will never stop. Anointed one, this next outpouring will feel effortless. Where you once had to strive, things will now align. Where you once had to knock, doors will open automatically. The Spirit will lead you into divine appointments that seem spontaneous, but are scripted in heaven's timeline. You will meet people whose souls recognize yours instantly. Partnerships will form with supernatural ease because they were written long before you met. You are walking in prophecy, not coincidence. Chosen one. Prepare yourself not for attention but for acceleration. The pace of blessing will increase, but so will your grace to manage it. You are not stepping into chaos. You are stepping into command. Every area that was once barren will begin to bear fruit. You are not trying to shine, you are becoming light itself. And those who encounter you will sense it that they are standing before someone who carries eternity within their eyes. Chosen one. What is happening to you now is the fulfillment of what heaven promised. Long before you even knew how to ask for it, the alignment is complete. The current of divine momentum has caught your life, and nothing. No delay, no distraction, no doubt can stop it now. This is the season where you stop surviving prophecies and start walking in them. You are no longer praying for confirmation. You are the confirmation. Your very existence is the evidence that God finishes what He starts. Anointed one, you have learned to live from the inside out, and that is what makes you untouchable. You no longer move by pressure, you move by peace. You don't chase opportunity, you command it through alignment. You have become fluent in heaven's language, where stillness speaks louder than striving. You have discovered the sacred truth that miracles are not events. They are environments. And you, chosen one, have become one. Your presence now carries a climate of faith that transforms every space you enter. People sense it before you speak. They don't understand it, but they feel it. The light, the calm, the undeniable sense that God is near. You have become a living portal, a divine transmitter of frequencies that heal and harmonize. That is why peace follows you. That is why doors open without knocking. It is not luck, it is resonance. You are finally vibrating at the frequency of your destiny. But hear this, with power comes precision. The next level of your journey requires mastery of energy. Heaven has trusted you with influence because you have proven you can steward your spirit. Be selective with what you allow into your atmosphere. Protect your peace like it is treasure, because it is. Your anointing is sensitive. It thrives in purity, not popularity. You don't need the crowd's validation when you already have heaven's endorsement. This is the realm where you create through clarity. As your thoughts align with divine intelligence, manifestation accelerates. What once took months will take moments. You will begin to witness prophetic compression time bending in your favor. The things you used to dream about are now chasing you down because you have become the match for what you prayed for. Heaven is not delaying, it is delivering, and it is coming fast. 19:21. This acceleration is not to overwhelm you, it is to overflow through you. You are being trusted to build legacies, not just lifestyles. The resources arriving are tools and trophies. God is funding your purpose because your purpose funds others. You are being upgraded from receiver to releaser, from one who carries revelation to one who commissions others into it. The oil that flows on your life now will ignite many. Chosen one, your assignment is no longer about proving who you are. It is about revealing who He is through you. Every victory, every healed wound, every restored dream is a mirror reflecting His faithfulness. You are the sermon the world didn't know it needed to hear. And soon, those who once doubted, you will come seeking the wisdom you carry. Don't correct them, cover them, teach them by example that true strength is quiet, that true power serves, that true wealth is peace. This is your ascension season. You are no longer striving to climb, you are soaring by design. The divine current that once seemed to carry you through chaos is now carrying you into command. Stand firm, anointed one. You are heaven's evidence that eternity can live gracefully inside time, chosen one. As the final veil lifts heaven, whispers one more truth into your spirit. You were never aging, you were awakening. Every season that passed wasn't stealing time from you, it was revealing eternity within you. The glow that confuses them is not a surface phenomenon, it is prophecy fulfilled. What they see on your face is the reflection of someone who remembered who they are. A divine being disguised in flesh, walking consciously with heaven's rhythm. You have become the living bridge between mortality and majesty, between the dust of the earth and the breath of God. Anointed one, your transformation is not cosmetic, it is cosmic. Every cell in your body has learned the song of surrender. Your DNA now recognizes light as instruction and peace as power. You no longer respond to the world's programming of decay because your entire being has been rewritten by divine intelligence. You are literally carrying the frequency of eternal renewal when you rest. Heaven restores. When you speak, creation listens. When you believe reality bends to your alignment, you have proven that the supernatural is not fiction, it is function. Now hear me clearly. This is not the end of your story. It is the revelation of your purpose. Everything up to this moment was rehearsal. The miracles, the preservation, the abundance, all of it was training for stewardship. God didn't keep you alive and radiant just so you could be admired. He preserved you so you could become a vessel of reformation. The same divine code that restored you will now flow through you to restore others. You are a carrier of renewal, a living invitation to those who forgot that heaven still interferes with history. Chosen one, when they stare at you, they are not seeing youth, they are seeing yield. You yielded your will, your pride, your timeline. That surrender reversed the curse. You are walking proof that obedience rewires the impossible. You have become the sermon heaven preaches without words, that faith doesn't expire, That divine timing redeems everything it touches. That beauty is the language of alignment. The peace written across your face is not silence. It is testimony, and now, Anointed One, heaven crowns you with assignment. You are entering your era of embodiment, where what you have learned privately must now live publicly. Your presence will awaken others. Your story will rewrite skepticism. Your glow will become guidance for those wandering in darkness. You don't need to convince, you only need to carry. The light will do the talking. When they ask for your secret, you will not sell them formulas, you will point them to faith. When they ask how you stay strong, you will remind them that grace is strength wearing softness. Chosen One, this is divine completion. You have crossed the threshold from preservation to transformation, from waiting to walking in wonder. You have become the evidence that eternity can thrive in time. The glow is not just proof of what God did, it is a promise of what He will do through you. You are heaven's timeline, rewritten, a living prophecy wrapped in peace. So let them look, let them wonder. You are not their mirror, you are their map. You carry the blueprint of divine preservation, the invitation to remember, stand tall, radiant soul. You are the manifestation of renewal, the fulfillment of whispered prayers, the living testimony that God still makes all things new. Chosen One, this is your appointed hour. Heaven has aligned perfectly, and the supernatural transfer has already begun. Everything you endured, every hidden sacrifice is now turning into divine reward. You have not only defied time, you have harmonized with eternity. The glow on your face, the peace in your spirit are signs that heaven's promise is manifesting now. Anointed One, walk boldly into this next chapter. You are not waiting for favor. Favor is waiting for you. Stay faithful, stay grateful, and remain in alignment with the flow of divine timing. What is ahead will not require striving. Only surrender. If this word touched your spirit, seal it with faith. Type "I receive" or 707 in the comments as your prophetic agreement. May your days ahead shine with divine renewal, and may your life forever testify that time bows to those chosen by heaven.